Hey Facebook, creeping out of this log here on high alert is my man Smoking Joe, aka Smoke. He is the belly brother to Chicken Son, and when I mention belly brother, I'm just mentioning that they were in the same spawn. Smoking Joe may be about 8 inches. He's not as big and as defined as his brother, but in due time he will. I've had him for maybe 3 months now, and this is the first time I really showed him on camera. But I believe in the genetics. This fish was bred by the Sickle Strand Hunter and came to me by way of Joe Burke. After Chicken Son passed, Joe reached out and offered, for me an opportunity to acquire this fish here, hence the name Smoking Joe. Yeah, but Smoke is about 8 inches. I believe in the genetics of these fish. As you can see, he looks just like everything else that comes off of chicken on the chain. Every one of my prospects here that's off of Chicken Son look just like Chicken Son. The uniformity in this particular location of Red Devils is astounding. There's Miss Jocko there. She's probably one of the most put together female Red Devils on the planet. She's about 5 or 6 inches. But again, her conformation is flawless. If you check out some of my previous videos, you can get a chance to see how her conformation is, stack up to other Red Devils. Also, I have a tank full of her and Chicken Son fry. They are reaching now. I had one that's probably almost 4 inches, but the average size on them guys are 2.5 inches, pushing 3 inches. I wanted to start trying to move them out in December this month, but I think I'm going to hold on to them a little bit longer. I'm really excited about those. They are the last off of Chicken Son. Won't be able to produce anymore, so I'm trying to hold on to them, preserve them, and make sure I keep the right ones. Groom them, of course, show them eventually, breed them in the future. Some people talk about Smoking Joe and Chicken Son are F3. And you can see they've been able to maintain their lips, and the crazy thing is everything off of Chicken Son that I own had these lips. I'm more into the conformation, but I know I was on a board maybe a month ago, and somebody mentioned that the fish lose their lips, doing captive breeding, being raised in the tanks. So what a lot of people do is they get information from other people on YouTube or Facebook, and they take that information and just run with it without doing the proper research, And the reason why these fish are able to maintain the lips and the structure that they have is because the breeder, the Sickle Strand Hunter, selectively breed his fish. So when you selectively breed your fish or any type of animal, you will be able to maintain the genetics that you're searching for or lock into those genetics. So when you buying fish with no background, like a lot of people do, you buy them from PetSmart, like that particular person on that board, he showed a fish that most likely he bought from PetSmart, and it evolved to look something totally different than what it did when it was younger. Of course, they're not going to look like this. You know, when you breed and free your fish, that's what happened. And you know, you can't blame anybody but yourself, you know, about having inferior fish. And then you run it with inferior information. I don't claim to be an expert, but I got a lot of knowledge about these fish, this particular location, from people who are experts in it. And I do my own research. And I think I'm pretty good at breeding fish. I understand genetics and selective breeding. One day these fish, well, my red devils, I'm going to claim they're going to be the best in the world because of the breeding program that I'm putting together. Not only with the red devils, but with the citronellas that I have. This is F3. You know, I have F4. This is F4. Impeccable conformation. The lips that people say you can't obtain raising them in tanks. Just because you have a Facebook board or page dedicated to fish, or YouTube channel dedicated to fish, don't mean you know anything about the fish. What I see is just a bunch of people just spreading rumors about the fish. You know, one of the biggest rumors is if you don't know the location or the background or whatever that's supposed to mean, automatically call the fish a my devil. And the term my devil, I guess, means a Midas and a devil put together. But what I don't understand is if you don't use a Midas and a devil to breed the fish, why would you call it a my devil? Not knowing the location of the fish or the background of the fish, the background should be the location. Not knowing it should not instantly mean that the fish is a hybrid. That's like the biggest hogwash I've heard in the hobby, because you can buy any other species. You could buy jags, you could buy Texas. I'm just talking about the fish that's normally very popular in local fish stores. You could buy Oscars, you could buy flower horns, you could buy a whole bunch of different type of fish that don't have any background information on them, but nobody's calling them hybrids, besides a flower horn, of course. But I'm talking about jags. You know, you can find a jag in any local store. You can find a Texas at any local store, Oscars at any local store. It's a bunch of cichlids that you can find at local stores, but nobody's questioning whether they are hybrids. You know, so like again I said, people take the information without doing the background themselves, and they just run with it. And before you know it, you got a bunch of new people who don't know nothing about the fish and questioning their PetSmart bought fish, questioning the validity of the fish. And then you'll have a ton of people saying, well, if you don't have the background on it, say it's a my devil. And most people don't even know what, when they say background, they don't even know what they're talking about, the background on the fish. Most people don't even talk about location, you know, when they talk about their fish. They just have one. They couldn't tell you where it came from. But anyway, that's my rant. Thanks for watching. Thanks for looking. The fry off of her may be available in January, February if I decide to sell any, but they're gonna come with a pretty penny. Thank you, YouTube. Peace.